All right, so I have a Samsung dishwasher over here. As you can see, Samsung. This thing makes the loudest grinding and gurgling noise you can possibly imagine. I have it pulled out of the wall and laying on its side. This is what the inside looks like. So this is your filter. You got to take all of these screws out. This is underneath your bottom spinning mechanism. There's other videos on how to remove this pretty quickly and easily. But one thing I want to note is underneath this, you have this other piece. And inside of there rests this impeller. And I could spin this and everything sounded fine, but I've now removed the motor and that motor is totally shot. The bearings are gone, it grinds really badly, just jiggling it around. But this screw here, important to note, is righty loosey, lefty tighty. It's reverse threads. I grinded on this thing for a while, chewed it up pretty good because I thought it was lefty loosey, and it's not. It's a reverse thread. So just be mindful of that when you pull this out. So this sits on top of that. This comes off. It's just simple screws. This lifts out of there once that screw is out of the way. And then this whole thing comes off. And once this is off, there's a little impeller blade down here that grinds up all your nasties. That has to come off, and then the motor will come out of the bottom of the dishwasher, which I'll show you that here in a second. And come around the other side. I already put the new motor in, I just have to hook up the wires, but it's quite simple. You've got some really basic skills. So you've got 1, 2, there's one down here at the bottom, 3 and 4 screws. This literally just slides right out once you have that inside taken apart. You've got one plug here, which is going to go right back into that. This is the moisture sensor that goes on the plastic guard underneath here. And then you have this, what I can assume is a capacitor. Pretty sure it is. Yeah, microfarads are on there. So that's a new capacitor, came with the motor. Motor is about 80 or 90 bucks on Amazon. Arrived in like 3 days, so no problem there. It looks like an exact match to the original, and it sounds like it's ready to go. If you wanted to mount the capacitor like it should be, the original is up in this black hole there, but this entire black plastic bottom has to come off in order to get in there to it. So I think I'm just going to kind of shove mine up in there and hope for the best. Should be fine. Because this requires a lot of wires and stuff to remove this whole thing. I have it loose, but it's not actually detached. The original motor, if you're hearing a really, really terrible grinding noise, I mean, you can hear just moving it around, you can hear it kind of clanking. But that's the drive shaft is super loose. The bearings are gone, at least in the top half of this thing. And like I said, spinning it internally, you couldn't really hear anything. It sounded fine, but when this thing was running, I mean, it just sounded absolutely horrible. And most of the videos I saw online said to replace this little rubber flap inside. Tried that, didn't change anything at all, because obviously this old motor is shot. So I'm gonna hook this whole thing back up and hopefully it's good to go, because this dishwasher, believe it or not, is 2 years old, maybe 3 years old. Bought it brand new from the big box store, and I was not ready to spend another $800, $900 to replace this thing, because that's what this thing cost. And I'm sure I got whatever discounts were available at the time. So yeah, hopefully this fixes it. Hopefully it helps you. But this was a really easy fix once I knew all those screws and things to get out. The biggest thing that gave me a headache was, again, this impeller that's inside. That's a reverse thread screw there. So just make sure you just turn that the right direction and you'll be fine. Yeah, shut your power off, turn your water off before you do this in case you pull a hose loose or get a puddle on a wire or anything. Make sure you do that. Always safety first and whatnot. But yeah, hopefully this helps some people out, because I could not find a video to address that noise. Everything was pointing to dirt in the filter or a bad, you know, drain pump, which my drain pump seems fine. I don't see an issue with that. It was this circulation pump. Pretty easy to find on Amazon. Just make sure you have the right part number. Good luck fixing your stuff.